All right, guys, let's continue on Serj Tankian. Just something for your information. I added two spheres here. It's it's nothing important. I'm just gonna use them for rendering to have a like a lens, like I can use it for the shininess and everything. You will see it later why. I just want to mention that I add this, and I want to do a really quick texturing. Not really important. I add some patterns and color variations, and then we are going for the rendering part. So I'm just gonna export this shirt, and I'm gonna name it t-shirt. Obviously. Hi, hi poly. It's a very complicated code. New, select, Serj Tankian, export. Oh, it's not here yet. Exporting, I think. Yeah, it's finished. All right. I'm gonna use 4K. Yep. And the rest, it doesn't really matter. And I'm gonna open this reference to copy the texture color. Okay, I'm gonna add a layer here. I'm going to pick the color from the picture, so it's the color. And I'm just something I usually do something. Maybe you don't like it, but I make a folder and I use almost 3 or 4. It depends to the project I'm working, and I'm adding some colors, and I'm only using the color value. And I make 3 copy of them or 4. It doesn't really matter. It really depends. One of them is red. Second one is blue. And this one usually it's yellow or green, something like this. And I mask them, add a fill layer, and in grunge, here in grunge, I pick a grunge that I like. It really depends to the project I'm working, the feeling I'm getting from, for example, this one. And I add some dirts on it, like it was too small. I don't like the grunge actually. Let's change the grunge. No. I need to find the grunge. Sometimes I have to test several grunges that I pick one I like. So let's put it on 2. Yeah, this one I like. And obviously I'm going for the next one. I'm adding a feel, and will use another grunge to see if I like it or not. Maybe this one. No. No. Yeah, this one is good. And this one also. Add a fill. And I will apply another grunge to it. Like this. Maybe this one. Yeah. As you can see, it's too strong. Obviously, I don't need this, but because I put it in the folder, so I can crank down the intensity. Usually around 20 is okay. And if I turn this on and off, you can see it's playing a role that for me it's important, because like this, it's too it's too plastic. Plastic is not. It's unripped, like a fruit that when you taste it, it's not ready yet. So I'm just adding this to help that situation. And maybe I use a pattern for the fabric. So I will go to the fabric. My my assets browser are here. So maybe if I'm just doing something, but you cannot see it because I put it there. And I just want to use the pattern actually. So maybe. So let me find. Let's put it here that you can see also. Let me find the fabric. Maybe this one. I don't know. Something that it has a good pattern for the t-shirt. Yeah, maybe this one. And let's put this back here. and I'm gonna put this here. And as you can see, it's a bit too big, so maybe it's better to put on a 5. Maybe still it's too big. Let's put it on 10 maybe. And to me, I don't know. To me, let me put it here. Maybe the color is too strong, so it's better to pick the same color from the t-shirt. And I'll change the color, and I think it's too strong if you ask me. So let me check something here. It's 4K. Maybe I crank down a bit of intensity, put this one on 0.2, and for the height 0.1, you know, because that was too later in the render test we will find out what is the best number for it. And before I do that, I will go here for the baking, and I'm going to use the low poly mesh as a high poly mesh, but it's okay because it's going to do the job. And let's put in a 4K, and here 16 is more than enough to me. I'm gonna bake some normal map, ambient occlusion, curvature, thickness, and some information. Maybe I'm going to need, we will see. Just let's this be finished. Okay, the baking is finished, so I have some map that I can use those information, and I want to do a test, so I'm gonna duplicate this yellow color, and I'm going to put it here and make it a bit lighter, you know, and add a mask, like a cavity, something like just adding some dirt to it. So this one is dust soft, you know. And let me see if it's working. As you can see, the effect is not really strong, you know. I'm just turning off and turning on, but it's added some based on the curvature and ambient occlusion or etc. It's gonna add some variation here. Maybe it's too strong because I'm just doing a stylized illustration, so I think it's okay. And let me save my file, Substance Painter, t-shirt, save. I'm going to export the texture also. Okay, file, export textures. I'm going to give it an address, sculpts, Serj Tankian, texture, select the folder, and the only thing I need is, for example, I don't need the wait, like this, I cannot read it. Anyway, I'm gonna delete the extra one later. Okay. And so now I'm going to start Marmoset toolbag to do some, where is it, Marmoset toolbag. Yeah, I'm going to open it. Why it's not opening? Yeah, it's here. Because I need to test the textures actually in the lighting and everything, so I will export everything here that I can check later. Export, so I'm going to export the pants, Serj Tankian, export pants, hi. Okay. Shoes. Let me pause the video because it's going to be a bit boring. When I export everything, I'll be back. Okay, I exported everything in ZBrush, and I'm going to import all of them. Sculpts here. Serj Tankian, export. So I'm going to bring everything in the same canvas that I can, we need to tweak everything, texture and render and lighting, everything together. And I'm using Marmoset Toolbag 4, and I didn't buy the latest one yet, the 5. I think it's really better, but yeah, I need to pay the price. I will. And I'm going to put everything in a folder. It's easier for me. All right, and for the desktop film, for now I'm gonna use 24. Maybe I change it later. Okay, so now it's easier to check what we are doing. For the render setup, I'm gonna use advanced and ray tracing system. And let me check bounces. Let's put on 4, put on 6 or 7. Put this on mega for the shadow. Ambient occlusion, ray trace, diffuse, specular, everything I'm gonna turn on to have higher quality. All right, I think it's okay. And this one I will put it on 512 PNG. I'm gonna change the resolution later. Okay, let's add some lights here. I put this here, and I'm going to add a shadow catcher. It's temporary. I will change it later because I think I'm gonna use some background, and I'm just want to add a text here as a wake up. I will add it later. I just want to try to start shading. Not shading, it's just setting up the material because okay, this one is t-shirt, and I don't have any light yet, but I will add. I'm going to use, okay, for the textures. Okay, let me go to the Serj Tankian folder. Okay, it's in another monitor. That's the reason you're not seeing this. Texture. Okay. So for the albedo of the t-shirt, I'm going to use this. I'm going to apply this to the t-shirt. The whole t-shirt. T-shirt, where are you? Yeah, here. And for the normal map, I'm going to add this here. Okay. And I'm going to, I know it's weird, but I'm going to use some subsurface scattering, and I'm going to use this fuzz, and for this I'm gonna use the advanced. Yeah, no, I'm just looking for some feelings here, but I don't know, I don't like this pattern. It's not helping me. Maybe I change it later. Okay, let me apply the face textures also. Okay, albedo, and I'm going to apply it to the face. Where is it? Yep, here. And for this one, I don't have other textures that I don't care, honestly. So and I'm going to use subsurface scattering, adding some fuzz. Okay, but maybe I will change this setups later. And this is hair, and I'm going to add it to the hair. Where is it? Body, hair. And I'm going to make a dark hair because he has dark hairs in his young age, and roughness is a bit too much. Again, I'm going to use some subsurface scattering because I like it. And for the eyelashes, I'm gonna apply this also. Okay. I will change so many, I'm going to change so many parameters here later. I'm just applying to see what's going on. You see? All right, and another material for body, and I'm going to apply it in the body, and this is the texture, also subsurface scattering. Okay, some fuzz, and maybe a bit more subsurface scattering. Okay, and the roughness is a bit too much. Okay, let me do something. Maybe this one on volumetric be better. I will check. Okay, put this a bit higher. No, it's not a really big difference, so I will put it on subsurface scattering, like a normal one. Okay, and for this lenses, I need to hide them for now because I need to apply the eyes texture. So I will make another material like eyes, and I will apply this color to it, and like this. Okay, and I'm gonna put the roughness on 1 because I already have these 2 spheres, which I just remember you need to turn off the cast shadow because you don't want to make these lenses make shadows. And I'm going to the Windows, no, not the story, to library. And here in the materials, there is already I don't know you have some Marmoset tool bag or not, but here in transparent, there are glass here, so I can use it easily. And like this, I'm gonna apply it. Okay, and I can go and there is some parameters I can change, and I forget which one is. I need to find that. Transmission maybe here was the scatter. No, maybe the depth. Okay, let me. Sorry guys, if this this video is not really consistent because I got disrupted with several messages and calls I need to reply. Please accept my apology. Okay, so I was mentioning if you are using a glass, you need to uncheck this albedo because it's gonna make it too dark. So please just have this in mind. And it's doing the job. The reflection I want is here, so I just need to add some lights that I can control this anyway. And I'm going to quickly make some materials like teeth and gum. Okay. Maybe I don't know how to write tongue actually, but I don't care. Okay, so I'm going to change the color of the tongue a bit reddish like this, and then maybe it's too much, so it should be more like this. Maybe it's too red. Let's put it here. Okay, and for the teeth I'm going to use the white color here, and I'm going to add a bit of yellowish to it, and for the gum I'm going to use this color like this to see if it's okay or not. It's almost okay. Okay, and for the tongue I'm going to apply some subsurface scattering. For the gum also subsurface scattering. Okay, these lines is because I forget to here for the body actually I forget to make it like one polygroup. It's a good thing that I can mention here right now. It's better to have one polygroup when you want to export them. Let me turn off this, because if you use subsurface scattering, it's gonna calculate it like as a separate obj, and in rendering it's not gonna look okay. So export. I'm gonna export the face again, and the body also. Okay, body. Yeah. So to group and export the body. Okay. Here is okay. Here I can do that also. T-shirt. Yeah, we're good. Okay, let's back here. Let's come back here. If you see, these lines are gonna be disappeared. So I'm gonna apply the body text. You know, it's okay. So apply this and apply this. All right. Okay, I need to change this sky. It's too strong, so I'm going to use a softer sky because I'm going to do a lighting anyway. Yeah, it's a good one. You know, it's soft light. You know, there is no strong shadows or strong lights because I'm going to use my own lights. And here, let me make a new file. Select the pants. Hi, open, put it on 4K, apply, and save this one. Yeah, because the resolution is too high, because it's a high resolution pants, it's gonna take some time. Usually you're bringing a lower version, but it doesn't matter. So I'm going to add a color and pick it exactly from the reference that I have from the picture. It's something like this, and let's minimize it. Okay, so exactly I'm going to do the same, making 3 colors here, red and blue. Because this one is more yellow, I'm gonna add a bit of green to it and hide these 3. Add a black mask, fill, and I'm going to use a grunge, as I explained already. Okay, maybe this one. I don't like it. Yeah, this one is okay. No, it looks too. Maybe, yeah, this one is better. Let's put it on 2. Now blue, add a fill, and let me find a good grunge for it. Maybe this one. Yeah, I like it. As you can see, this seems because I'm gonna crank it down, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, and here, the green one. Okay, add a black mask, add a fill, and apply a grunge. Maybe this one. It's too strong. Yeah, this one. And I'm going to add them in a folder. And I'm cranking down. As you can see, they are there and they are not there. Yeah, I like it. And I'm going to use a fabric for its just for the okay, maybe it's too big. Let's put it on 10. I like this. And maybe I need to bring down a bit of normal intensity to 0.2, maybe. Okay, and I will change the color to the actual pants color that I have in my reference. So I'm gonna pick this and pick it from the reference, and here also. Okay, and I'm going to do the same bake that I did for the shirt. You checking this and add this to the, and I'm gonna pause the video, and after the bake I will continue. Okay, the baking has been finished, so we can go to the texturing and do the exact thing we did for the t-shirt. So it's a bit too strong to me. Let me crank it down because it's too powerful. So I'm gonna go to the height range and put it on 0.03. Normal intensity, maybe I put it in 0.1 because I don't want that as strong. Alright, and I'm gonna duplicate this layer, put it on top, and make it a bit darker maybe. Yeah. and add a black mask. I use the same mask that I already used for the t-shirt. I think, yeah, dust soft 2, this one. Let me show it to you. I mean this one, I just used this one, maybe it's important, but yeah. And let me turn this off and on to see the effect. I think I need to invert it. Okay, maybe the texture is too strong. Let me crank this down. As you can see, this is too much, so I'm going to use less of power. Maybe steel is too much, because I don't want to be too obvious. Okay. And let me check these dirt layers, they are there. And I'm going to export it to Serj Tankian folder. Texture, select folder and export. And here, why the t-shirt texture is gone for any reason. I think I forget to rename the, yeah, it's okay. In here, I forget to come here. I change this to pants, pants, and I'm going to re-export it. Export. Okay, and I'm going to open, and I didn't save the file. Pants, save. And it's a good thing actually this happened. It's sometimes because when you forget to rename your materials in the 3D software that you're exporting, like Blender or 3ds Max or anything, you can rename them here. So I'm gonna rename this t-shirt, and if I export it now, export the texture, Shift Control E, export. So it's gonna rename them, so I'm not gonna lose the textures anymore. So I just need to come here to the t-shirt texture and apply the t-shirt again, the base color, and of course for the normal map t-shirt, where are you? Yeah, here, you see. And exactly for the pants also, I'm gonna make here, and base color, normal map, and apply it to the pants here. Okay, I think I am using the wrong normal map, so let's try this. Why? Sorry guys, it was a mistake I did for the exporting of the pants. That's the reason the texture was looking a bit off, so I fixed the export, and we will continue in the next video. And please forgive me if this video is not really focused. As I mentioned, I've been disrupted several times. See you in the next video.